Russia today said military drills in Moscow-annexed Crimea had ended and that soldiers were returning to their garrisons. This was a day after it announced a first troop pullback from Ukraine's borders. Units of the Southern Military District, having completed their participation in tactical exercises, are moving to their permanent deployment points, according to Moscow's defense ministry in a statement. State television showing images of military units crossing a bridge linking the Russia-controlled peninsula to the mainland. The statement said tanks, infantry vehicles, and artillery were leaving Crimea by rail. This comes a day after Moscow said it was pulling back some of the troops deployed on its neighbors' borders. But Western leaders remain concerned that Russia could still launch an attack on Ukraine, with U.S. President Joe Biden warning on Tuesday that an attack by Moscow remained a very much a possibility. Take a look.
The minister reported today that some military units are leaving their positions near Ukraine. That would be good, but we have not yet verified that. We have not yet verified the Russian military units are returning to their home bases. Indeed, our analysts indicate that they remain very much in a threatening position. And the fact remains, right now, Russia has more than 150,000 troops encircling Ukraine and Belarus and along Ukraine's border. We will put intense pressure on their largest and most significant financial institutions and key industries. These measures are ready to go as soon and if Russia moves. We are not seeking direct confrontation with Russia, though I've been clear that if Russia targets Americans in Ukraine, we will respond forcefully. And if Russia attacks the United States or our allies through asymmetric means, like disruptive cyber attacks against our companies or critical infrastructure, we are prepared to respond. The United States and NATO are not a threat to Russia. Ukraine is not threatening Russia. Neither the U.S. nor NATO have missiles in Ukraine. We do not have plans to put them there as well. We're not targeting the people of Russia. We do not seek to destabilize Russia. To the citizens of Russia, you are not our enemy. While I will not send American servicemen to fight in Ukraine, we have supplied the Ukrainian military with equipment to help them defend themselves. We provided training and advice and intelligence for the same purpose. And make no mistake, the United States will defend every inch of NATO territory with the full force of American power. The world will not forget that Russia chose needless death and destruction. Invading Ukraine will prove to be a self-inflicted wound.
However, after meeting German Chancellor Olaf Scholz in Moscow, President Putin said Russia, of course, did not want war and said they were willing to look for solutions with the West. Again, let's listen in.
Хотим мы этого или нет? Конечно, нет. Именно поэтому мы и выдвинули предложение о переговорном процессе. Мы готовы к этой совместной работе и дальше. Мы готовы также идти по переговорному треку, но все вопросы, как и было заявлено уже ранее, должны рассматриваться в комплексе.
The United States has put on the table concrete ideas to establish a security environment in Europe. We're proposing new arms control measures, new transparency measures, new strategic stability measures. We will not sacrifice basic principles, though. Nations have a right to sovereignty and territorial integrity. They have the freedom to set their own course and choose with whom they will associate.
Now, President Biden was referring to Ukraine's ambitions to join NATO. Western allies, spearheaded by Washington, have already sent thousands of new troops to bolster NATO's eastern flank and are looking at establishing new battle groups in the region. In a separate move likely to anger Kiev, Russian lawmakers voted Tuesday to urge Putin to recognize two breakaway regions in eastern Ukraine as sovereign and independent states. And the two regions, Donetsk and Lugansk, have large Russian-speaking pro-Moscow populations that have been locked in a deadly fight with Kiev since 2014. with the conflict, claiming some 14,000 lives. Declaring them independent republics would effectively end the Minsk Agreement's peace plan for the ongoing war and potentially open the door to bringing in Russian troops. Russia already controls the Crimean Peninsula that it seized from Ukraine in 2014.